Welcome to Show Up and Glow. My name is Jalen. By the end of our time together, your mind will grow quieter, your body will feel lighter, and the weight of the day will simply fade away. But before we begin, let's take a nice big deep breath. Perfect. This is the Cozy Corner, a space created just for you to tune in and chill out. As you settle in and make yourself at home, please be sure to like and subscribe for more of this calm and cozy vibe. Now let's get started. Welcome in, welcome in. If you are new here, this is the Sunday Slowdown. This is where we just come to really slow it down before the new week begins, at the end of what may have been a crazy week, and we just hang out with each other for a little bit. This video might feel different or unique to you as you watch it because there's no edits. Unless there's a loud sound outside the Cozy Corner, then I gotta cut that for your safety. This is long form improvised content, so let your nervous system enjoy this space where your brain doesn't have to feel like it's getting served an ad every 3 seconds or a new clip needs to pop up. Truly, by the end of our time together, everything will feel calmer, it will feel slower and more present. So thank you so much for being here with me today. If you are new, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the Cozy Corner. This is lovely Lady Lava Lamp. She is the best. She is who she thinks she is. She is the it girl. This is Mr. Clock. He is the same. He stands on business. He is a feminist. He loves everybody. He is delightful. I'm Jalen. And if you are an OG Cozy Corner crew member, welcome back. We got a Sunday Slowdown coloring video. But I want to talk about something today that keeps popping up in my feed on social media and in my own life. And I've been learning more about it because I guess I always knew something special was happening when these things would happen in my life, but now people are putting a name to it. So I want to talk a little bit about that with you today and try to see if maybe throughout your next week, today, the next couple days, you also can start to find some glimmers. Glimmers, 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 glimmers. Who's familiar with glimmers? Raise your hand. Me, I am. First, we have the phone. I'm gonna read it. What Google says a glimmer is. Glimmer, pronounced glimmer. A glimmer is a small, positive, micro moment of joy, peace, or safety that triggers a positive shift in the nervous system, acting as the opposite of a trauma trigger. I'm sorry, can the train just not right? That is not a glimmer. It heard me. The birds outside glimmer right now. A glimmer is a small, positive, micro... By all means, have your moment, train. Oh, also, my dogs are in the room with me, and I can hear one of them breathing heavily. Let's take a moment for that. This is real life, baby. This is real life TV. This is what it is. We just roll with it. So yeah, doggies are in the room. If you hear lip smackies or moving around, that are my dogs. Okay. Let's go back through a glimmer again, and then let's talk about some glimmers that I've personally been experiencing. And, it took some time, some practice to notice and to accept a glimmer when you're maybe feeling overwhelmed, maybe burnout, maybe like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. So a glimmer a small, positive, micro moment of joy, peace, or safety that triggers a positive shift in the nervous system, acting as the opposite of a trauma trigger. Popularized by researcher Deb Dana, these daily moments, such as seeing a sunset or feeling warmth, help build resilience. Examples of glimmers in nature: watching the sun shine through leaves, spotting a rainbow, or hearing birds sing. Sensory or comfort: feeling the warmth of coffee, hearing a familiar song, or petting a pet. Social or emotional: receiving a smile from a stranger or experiencing a moment of calm and safe connection. All right, so I wanted to bring this up because I guess I've always personally felt them, like looking at a sunset, feeling the warmth. And also we're back in Cozy Spaces, and we're obviously working through this beautiful piece of art. But I've always felt a glimmer, but I didn't know we're calling it that. And I didn't know, obviously, the research behind it now, which your girl loves. I love a research moment about stuff that makes us feel better, that has actual scientific backing behind it. So the other day, let me get these out real quick. Oh, I didn't even give you a whiff. It's still good, even though we've removed some of the layers. Someone's on the move. By my cozy corner window, I have a nice little puppy pallet set up with pillows and blankets. And they really like to sit over there, so you might hear them come and go. Okay, ADD. Okay, we're going to pick a color, and then we're going to talk about my glimmer that happened. Okay, let's go here. So the other day, I was driving home after a very long work day, and there's this one highway I take that's always like a little scary. Like people are like flying by you. So I'm a little tense driving home, and I'm just a little like down in my feels, and I wasn't even listening to music. It was one of those days. So I start to get to where the highway turns into more of like country. Like there's like not as many buildings. It's not so city. It starts to turn a little rural. And just as I like make this turn, and I've never noticed this part. I've driven this highway a ton of times. I've never noticed. And I take this turn, and all of a sudden I can see like as far to this side, to up, and it's just wide open, and almost I'm elevated, like overlooking these small towns, and the sun was setting. And it just made me feel, it literally did what I just read to you. It reversed all of the anxiety, the stress, the worry, the ruminating thoughts instantly. And I didn't do anything but just notice it. It overpowered me in that moment because it was so large, the sunset and this vastness of the land that I got to see. And there weren't cars whizzing by me. It was just like a movie. And in my own experience, I do feel like glimmers often feel like a little bit of a movie scene to me. It's like time gently stands still, and I can look or observe at something in that moment with no rush. I'm fully present. The moment is fully present with me, and it shifts something in you. I get glimmers when I'm on my walks around the neighborhood. I'll stop and notice some birds in a tree chirping above me, and I'll just kind of stop my walk and look at them, and obviously I say, "Good morning, birds. Good afternoon, birds. How you doing, birds?" Obviously I'm going to talk to them. I talk to them, and it just lightens. It lightens whatever I'm carrying, and I used to not be able, how do I want to phrase this? I used to not be able to allow the impact of the glimmer to hit me. Maybe a bird sound or song sounded like, oh, that's delightful, but I didn't ever let it like sink into my heart, sink into my space to actually feel how delightful that was. And I think that's what is the difference between a glimmer and just noticing. Like, I can just notice leaves on a tree, but it's when I notice the leaves on the tree and then I feel it in my stomach, I feel it in my heart. It's like a little light opens up, and it's like appreciation with it as well. And after a very long day of work or life, I try to sometimes seek out the glimmer. I'll try to make, if I've had a long day and I see it's about to be sunset, I'll check out the window. Like, is it a pretty sunset? And then I'll be like, oh, no, it's a normal sunset. Just a blue sky into black. But then I'll see birds fly by and I'm like, oh, well, that's beautiful. Like, I'll take that little glimmer. And it does help build resilience. And today's world is really tough. There's a lot of news, and there's a lot of fear, and there's a lot of anger, and there's a lot of outrage and injustice, and it's just tough to not start to feel helpless or jaded, apathetic, I mean. And these small but large glimmers, large in the fact that they move your nervous system and they shift your feeling. These small glimmers that we can notice help soften those negative feelings. And it truly does build a resilience. Like, there is still some good in the world. And like I always say, Earth is great. Everything else that goes on Earth is not the best sometimes. A lot of the time. But Earth is great. And glimmers, personally for me, feel like me experiencing Earth or nature. Those are the most glimmer-inducing for my life. It is noticing sun through the trees, through the leaves. It is noticing the geese at the pond by my house, or the big crane that I'll sometimes get a glimpse of. Like, it's those little nature moments that feel magical to me, but nature's just doing nature. Nature's not there for me to care, but it's acknowledging, oh, that's what makes me feel a little alive. So I look for it. And that's the change. That's why when I used to not feel it, I wasn't really looking for it either. And I know I talk about the big moment in my life happening where my dog passed away unexpectedly, and that really changed everything in my brain and my life. And being broken open in such grief over that loss, it did force me to actively find the glimmers. Before, like I said, I would just kind of notice, go about my day. But in those times when I needed to build resilience in my mind and in my heart and in my soul again, from the ache I was feeling every day, I had to start trying to find glimmers. And what did that look like? That looked like going on walks at my local track, where I could just walk around the track and just watch nature. That was it. Like, it was a space to get fresh air, to notice the flowers that would be blooming, to notice the leaves changing, to become incredibly present with nature and the world around me. After that, Glimmers started becoming something I planned. I'm like getting off track and not coloring now. We'll figure it out. We'll do it. But I would plan Glimmers. I lived in an area where we were like a bottom level home in like a 2-level condo unit. And we had these big, beautiful, probably like 30-year-old trees that like covered all the condo units as this beautiful shade. And I don't know why, but my nervous system basically told me in my brain during that very hard time, like, we need to go outside and we need to lay down on the ground and we need to just look up at the sky. And that's what I did. I would go outside, I would lay on our little concrete patio, and I would just stare at the sky, kind of around dusk, not fully nighttime, not fully daytime, but the first time I did it, I noticed that these birds, little like sparrowy birds, would be flying around, catching little bugs that I couldn't even see. And they would do that till the sun went down. And they would chirp, and they would dance, and they would get their dinner. And after that, I was like, oh my God, I have to come back out here every single day and watch this. This is so peaceful. And that little glimmer, I made an effort to make time to go out there, lay fully down on my back, arms wide open like a starfish, looking up at the blue sky with clouds that would then fade to the dark blue, that would then fade to night. And I don't know how long, 30 minutes, 45, an hour. I don't know how long I would sit out there. I didn't even time it. I didn't care. I just wanted to feel that shift that Glimmers talks about, from anxiety, panic, worry, stress, grief, to peace, stillness, safety, connection. I loved it. So if you yourself are needing to find a little bit of that more, and you feel like you're working down that path, I encourage you to make more conscious effort to find the glimmers. Maybe it is trying to catch the sunset, something as simple as what everyone can usually see in some capacity. Maybe it is just sitting outside, watching the world around you without your phone. Maybe it is getting down on the ground and entertaining with your dog more, without your phone, and giving your pet, cat, dog, rabbit, whatever you have, bird, more time and energy. We are so close to finishing this picture, y'all, and now I'm like starting to get like, every color is crucial. I can't pick the wrong color. This one part though, I'm like, what color do you want to be? Speak to me. What color do you want to be? We got lots of options. Okay, boom, thank you. Thank you for the color. They said red. So we're going with red. Were you familiar with glimmers? Are you learning about them? Are you experiencing them? Share with me some of the glimmers you have in your life. They're different for everyone, and they come in all shapes and sizes. Beautiful doves out my window. Glimmer. honestly, sometimes my dog's licking their lips. Glimmer. Even though sometimes at like 3 a.m. I'm like, stop it now. Quit licking lips. But sometimes it's cute. Oh, also, we're changing gears a little bit. I saw 3 wasps this week. Ew. Yuck. Yuck. We are only in March, folks. Absolutely not. I don't want to see y'all till about July. And let me tell you why I saw them. Because they were around me. Because they had the whole world, and they chose to be around me. And let me tell you what I was doing. Walking. Not even bothering them. Such a lie our parents tell you. Oh, they're more afraid of you than you are of them. Really? Really? Because I was just walking into Barnes & Noble and he decided to come around me. Why? How does that show that he's more afraid of me? That one never added up when I was a kid and still doesn't as an adult. So ew. Also. And also saw June bugs. Why? Why are we seeing June bugs in March? Your name. Literally June. Literally. Get out of here. Get out of here, June bugs. So anyway, that's happening right now too. And yeah, that means my walks are going to have to be super duper early in the morning or inside, because they will just fly around you. Absolutely disrespectful. Yeah, very disrespectful. I want to color the bed. I don't know what color bed. Shout out the color of the bed we need to do. Let me hear it. Shout it out. What color bed? What color? What color is the bed? The bed frame. What color is the bed frame? Okay. Yeah, maybe that color could work. I mean, I don't know. I don't want it to be boring, but I don't want it to be like, you know, clashing. What would this raccoon choose in his house? Come on, this is the last piece, and then we're going to wrap it up today. What color is the bed? Okay. Okay, fine. That'll work. That'll do. Is this going to be it? No, I don't like it. I don't like it. That can't be the bed color. You know what? There's too much pressure on the bed color. I can't figure it out today. We're not going to finish the bed color. I want this to feel like it flows together, all right? So we worked on the window today. Worked on the window a little bit today. See, it's like, I was gonna go with brown, but then I was like, it looks like a fabric bed, not a wooden bed. And I was like, well, let's go with purple. And I was like, but purple's right here. See, this is the thoughts that go through my head when coloring. I know I am not alone. Come on, everybody feels this way, right? Like analysis paralysis, color addition or something. So yeah, we're cruising along. We just have some of these things up here, these things, the rug, the bed, and then the backdrop. Oh, and then him. Maybe we work on him next time so it starts to feel a little bit more filled out. So yeah, that's where we're at, guys. I hope this week you're able to notice some glimmers in your own life. Leave a comment below, come back to this video if you notice one, and maybe you haven't noticed before, or maybe you're doing this for the first time. Maybe you're a veteran. Let me hear some glimmers, folks. It does help build resilience. I can say that personally, coming from a very, very hard and dark place of grief, that the glimmers helped me see there is still good in the world and that nature is gonna nature. And there's so much beauty to be found in that. So thank you so very much for being here with me today. You could have been anywhere on YouTube. You could have been over on Mr. Beast's channel. And so I am so glad you were not. And you spent time with us here in the Cozy Corner. I'll see you again real soon.